Hi everyone, so then let's check a Leetcode question called populating next right pointers in each node. So given a perfectly binary tree, we want to populate each next pointer to point to the next right node. If there's no such right node, we want to point to the node. Now let's check example how it works. So in example 1, let me just join here. See, in each level, we are populating the node all the way to the right. First level has no right, so we are populating this to node. And for the next level, use different color here. Okay, so next level we have this 2 here. The right node to 2 is 3, so pointing 2 to 3. And for 3, there's no right node, so 3 to node. And finally, for the last level, we have the level element 4, 4.2 to 5, 5.2 to 6, and 6.2 to 7, and 7 no right element, so equal to node. This is how we get for this bigger B. Okay, now give some intuitions. Let me explain how to solve this kind of problem. Well, this problem is actually very intuitive if you understand how it works. So we'll use the 3 steps, which I will help you join here. So our first step is to connect the left to right. Okay. Our first step is to connect left to right for nodes in the same level. And our second step is to connect the left child to right child for the same node. Okay, so left child to the right child, the same node. Okay, let me write same here. And our final step is use different color here, is to connect the right child to the left child for the different node. Okay. And let me write different here. Okay, let me see how it works using this example 1. You see, first we are pointing to the left to right. For example, this is left and this is right. We are connected 2 to 3, and now our first step is finished, right? After that, we want to check the left child and right child for the same node. So let's switch to this yellow color. You see the left child is 2 is 4, right? And the right child is 2 is 5, so connecting 4 to 5. And then for 3, we have the left child 3 is 6 and right child 3 is 7. So pointed stick to 7. And the final step is to connect the right child to left child for different nodes. So you see 2 is 3 at different nodes, and 5 is right child is 2, and 6 is the left child or 3. So we also want to connect this 5 to 6 for our third step. Okay, now finish connecting. The last thing is to point all round nodes to null, right? Pointing this to null, and this to null, and this to null, we're done. Okay, now finish the explanation. Let's dive into the coding part. The coding part is actually very short, so let me write it down. First thing we'll consider is no root. If that's the case, we have to return none. And after that, we call the helper function, which are later. We'll call the helper function, and we return elements. Okay, now let's code this main function off. If there's no root, we immediately return none. And after that, we'll call the helper function to make the connections. So helper function will pass the root. It pass node 1 and node 2, indicating the left and right node. And after that, we return the root. Now for the helper function, we need these 2 variables explained here. And the first thing is to consider if either this variable does not exist, right? So if there's no node 1, node 2, then we return none. And after that, we want to connect different node, which means the left to right. And we also want to connect the left child and right child for same node, right? So let's write it out. Instead of left child to right child for the same node. And finally, we want to connect the right child to left child for different node. And it should be done. Okay. Now let's write the coding. So it's node 1 or node 2. Then we want to return. And next step is connect node 1 to node 2, right? And after that, we call the helper function to recursively check the left child, We'll pass the left element as no.left, and the next element no.right, and same for no2, right? Just copy paste here and change this one to no2. And finally, we want to connect the right child to left child differential. So let me copy paste here. Okay, change this one to node 1 dot right, and change this one to node 2 dot left. Okay, now finish the helper function. The final thing, consider what element we pass in main function. Well, since we are starting as root, the node 1 is actually root or left, which means the left child of this root, and node 2 is the right child of this root, so it's root or right. Okay, now finish the coding part. Let's submit result to see it works. Okay, you see we passed a runtime memory usage check, and it's not bad. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and see you next time. Thank you.